how's it going, everybody? Ramon here, back at you with another episode of Meet the Surfer. Today's episode, I'm here with Justin. He's a longboarder. He's going to tell us about how he got involved in surfing, how he got his family involved in surfing, and what surfing means to him. So, floor is yours.
Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Justin Keane. I'm originally from San Francisco, California. Came out here in '97 on a whim. I was supposed to be here for 2 weeks, and I stayed forever, pretty much.
Yeah.
I've gone and came back, but been back now for 11 years.
Yeah.
Decided to raise my family here, raise them around the water, and yeah, it's just been really special. My first introduction to surfing was with my auntie here. Second day I flew into Hawaii.
Yeah.
She said, "You're gonna learn how to surf," and she gave me a 9.0 Locomotion rack board and took me out to Diamond Head and
Yeah.
pretty much left me to die. But for some reason I didn't get discouraged. I kept wanting to go out. I've always been a water guy since I was little.
Yeah.
Swimming, surfing now obviously, but yeah, it just really stuck with me, and I knew when I had kids that I would always wanted to pass it on, and it was always a dream of mine to surf with my kids.
Yeah.
And now kind of experiencing that reality for the last 3 years has just been amazing. You know, I've been surfing since I've been back in Hawaii now, and I would try to take the kids, and you know, Makana was more willing to go than Mahina at the time. He just kind of has a send it attitude, but I, you know, being the great dad that I am, would usually take him out on the big days or the stormy days, and he would get scared and not want to go again. So kind of had a year or two of that, and then yeah, when COVID shut everything down, football stopped for him.
Yeah.
You know, like most of our extracurriculars just stopped. So
Yeah.
one day I said, let's go try to surf in Waikiki, and it kind of also like re-sparked this joy and love for surfing that I had originally. You know, I went through the whole phase of like, longboarding's lame, I just want to like rip turns and do all that.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to Waikiki, it's all touristed out and whatever, but
Yeah.
being down here with the kids and kind of reconnecting just with the heart of surfing through longboarding
Yeah.
has just been really good for me. And like I said, just doing it with my kids now is so rewarding.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's going to pay off even more in the long run, because I see you guys pretty much all over the island. Like, you don't just surf Waikiki, you pretty much go wherever the waves go. And it shows because your kids, like, you know, you exposing them to different types of breaks.
Yeah.
And like, it shows in their skill set. Like, I would have never known like Mahina or Makana has only, you know, started surfing during quarantine. So it really shows. Yeah. So
Thanks.
yeah.
Yeah, we, you know, I don't want them to be like, we love Queens. Queens is amazing. This is usually our first stop.
Yeah.
But they have dreams to, you know, try and compete or travel and surf. And I said, surfing is bigger than Queens. As amazing as it is, you know, if you get on a tour or something, or you go compete somewhere else, and you only have Queens as your context, it's kind of a handicap. So.
Yeah.
Just different uncles and friends that they know, you know, some of the super groms around here, they're just like, surf other breaks. That was probably the best advice they've ever given my kids.
Yeah.
Just to become more well-rounded. And it also has helped them appreciate Queens much more when we get to come back here for summer now, and you know, we probably won't travel too much further than Waikiki during the summer.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're just trying to have fun, surf, not take it too serious.
Cool. So, dream location. If there was some place you could take your kids to go surf, where would it be?
Probably Philippines. Yeah, I have Philippine heritage. I'm half Filipino. And I've heard there's miles and miles and miles of untouched waves out there, especially on like the Mindanao coast, my friend was telling me. So that's kind of my dream location to surf. These guys have been really like fired up on trying to save and go to Mexico next year. And I think, you know, being around these guys who are there now doing it, it seems so much more doable and real because it's close, you know? So,
it is, yeah.
I think that will probably be our first like real surf
Yeah,
trip.
take them down
We'll
there.
end up probably being down there.
Sayulita, yeah.
Hopefully, or Dita actually is where we want to go.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Yeah, who even knows?
Yeah. So it's crazy because I've never been to Sayulita, but I've been to Dita.
Yeah.
And I believe Dita is a way better break, just looking at the pictures.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, just the experience of traveling to Mexico. Before I went last year, it always felt like it was out of reach and far, but it's actually pretty easy to travel down there. Like, you don't have to be fluent in Spanish. You know, there's, you can just use your phone to get around. And a lot of the people who are within the tourist industry, they speak English, so they can easily help you get around. So I think that'd be awesome. And, also just going down there with the other, the other Waikiki Groms, traveling down there, that'd be awesome as a first location to take them.
Yeah.
So go ahead and tell me about your shapes, and then tell me about this awesome board you got right here.
Well, this is currently my only board. Well, actually, no, I lie. I have a 6'8" Arakawa mid-length that I'm gonna get to try for the first time, hopefully tomorrow.
Yeah.
But this is my board for the last year. It's a 9'8" Baracho from Brent Clementine, the shop Hawaii. Guy does amazing resin work, but he's also an amazing shaper. And I'll even just say this, he's an amazing human. You know Brent, he's like one of the coolest guys I ever met. So, a lot of people will make the argument with me like, oh, you can get a machine cut board for so much cheaper. I told Brent when I first met him, like, I enjoy the passion. I enjoy he's pursuing his dream, and I want to just help support that by getting a board from him. This is my second one. First one was actually used from him, a personal board of his. It was called the Clementine Model, and I loved it, so I knew I would get another one from Brent soon. The whole idea behind this, I went to him and said, I want it to look like, that's kind of cool on top, just very low key, and then when you flip it over, like, whoa! And the first time I paddled it out and my board flipped over, this lady said, holy. And I text Brett immediately when I got in. I said, dude, it worked. So it's just sand finish, gray on top, and then we went for a super hot rod, with the scallops instead of flames. And Brett's so good. It's all resin panel, resin pin lines. Don't mind this right here. I tried to match the color, but he's a color master, so I couldn't even get close with his input. But I love this board. I've ridden it as big as it gets out here, as small as it gets, and it loves everything. It handles really well. Currently, I'm trying a Miss Lucy because Mahina's had a lot of success with hers. So this is like my second day on it. I love it so far, but coming off a flex fin, it's a little bit different feel, but so far I'm loving the setup. Makana loves the setup too, so he'll probably run one on his board when he gets it. But I think, this last 3 years I couldn't have planned it any better. And just really thankful that they got to get into surfing at such a time where we'd be out there on firing days with 6 people. And, Queens, in my understanding, growing up and whatever, like learning how to surf since '97, you didn't just go out to Queens, you don't just go out there, and you shouldn't still, but the kids were welcomed in, like by the uncles, the regulars, the other kids. I think it was just a very special time. So I always try to remind them, don't take that for granted. Don't think you're somebody because the ocean equals everybody. But we love it out there. All the guys, you know who you are. You've just loved on my kids, watched out for them, been there when I'm not there. So thank you guys, and just thank you for welcoming our family into the community.
So thank you guys for tuning in, and we're gonna go ahead and drop their family Instagram handle down, and you guys can give them a follow, as well as giving the Quarantines a follow. So have a great day. Aloha.